The men's hockey team is always looking to acquire local players for its roster. But when you add players who have tremendous personal qualities to their on-ice abilities, then it becomes value added for the team. Such is the case for today's two guests. Both of them were captains of their respective teams in Major Junior. One developed a reputation as a steady, dependable Ironman defenseman in Bathurst, and the other endeared himself to Charlottetown Islander fans who watched him regularly perform at the Eastlink Center. Please welcome Mermaid's Cole Larkin, and from up in the North Shore, Covehead's Keiran Gallant. Keiran Gallant, Cole Larkin. Been a few months since we last sat down and did this, right? Back in July. It's good to have you back again.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Yeah. All right. So, boys, listen, let's start off, I guess, just, we're 14 games into the season. I know we talked in the summer about what it was going to be like coming into the league. League, new team, new bodies. What's the early impressions with you guys in terms of maybe on a personal level and maybe on the team level? Cole?
I think, like you said, we didn't really know what to expect coming in. It's a new league, and obviously this league is really fast hockey. The guys are a lot bigger, so it took a bit of an adjustment. But for me personally, I think my game's been overall pretty solid. I think I made the adjustment pretty well. Obviously, there's a lot to improve on, and more towards a team standpoint, like you said, we had a lot of young guys coming in, so I think we just got to keep building every day and working hard and practicing things like that.
Sure. Keiran?
Yeah, I think similar to Cole, you come in here with high expectations on how the season might go, and I think for us, as a new team, I think a lot of people had lower expectations for us, and I think we've done a great job so far of proving those expectations wrong, and we're there every game with whoever we play. It's a close league, and I think we can win every night, and I think we've shown that so far, and it's been a pretty good start.
If you think of your game, Keiran, you're an undersized guy.
Yeah.
It's always been something that you've had to face, and to your credit, you're someone the faces have had on. How has that kind of been coming to, kind of what Cole's talking about, bigger guys, stronger guys? How's that gone for you?
Yeah, I think, it starts every day in practice, trying to work on it as best I can, every time we're going into the corner against, some of our bigger guys like Cole, I'm trying to make sure, I'm battling against him, I'm making sure he's improving, but I'm making sure I'm improving as well, and I think that really helped me carry over to the game so far. I think I've made the transition pretty smoothly so far.
Good stuff. How's the schooling been going? I mean, you're now, Cole, I know, Keiran, you've been going to UPI kind of while you're with the Islanders. Cole, how's that been? You're back in the real world, I guess, of schooling.
No, exactly. Like whenever I was in junior, I just had all my schooling done online, so it's definitely been an adjustment coming to class, and there's obviously a lot more courses, so a lot to deal with, but I think overall it's been pretty good so far.
And you're going to finish in a few years, probably, you figure? Maybe 3 years?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure as of now, but maybe probably 3 years or so get finished.
Good. Keiran?
Yeah, I'm around the same boat as Cole. I'm, a couple things can make an impact on my time frame, but around 3 years kind of thing. It's like you said, I've been coming here for the last couple of years, so I've been in this rhythm for a bit now. So yeah.
Good. So boys, you're a couple Islanders, local kids. I guess that kind of brings some unique perspectives that other guys don't have. When you think about it, Cole, you were away for 5 years, 4.5. Keiran, you're playing in front of hometown for 3 years. So what's it like, or I guess what does it mean being local boys, playing for your local university, in front of family, in front of friends, that sort of thing? Maybe Keiran, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it a lot with the Islanders here when I was playing in the Q. It's kind of everything, you grow up watching all these teams and everything, and you dream about one day being a part of it. And you know, once you're in it, it's just surreal every day. Coming to the rink, it's a dream come true kind of thing.
Nice. Paul?
Yeah, kind of similar to what Keiran said. You know, you grow up watching UPI and the Islanders play, and you always wonder what it feels like to play for those home teams. So it's definitely a really big honor to play for those teams, and it's really nice to be able to play in front of family and friends every night.
And on that family note, Cole, your cousins, Kelly and Allie Clements, of course, longtime members of the women's hockey team. And did they sway you coming here? Did they have any influence on you ultimately becoming a Panther? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I had some conversations with them about UPI and how they liked it, and they really enjoyed their time here. I had some success here, so yeah, for sure, I'd say I contributed to that.
I have to say, I've probably done about 100 of these interviews. I think the 2 times I interviewed Kelly and Allie Clements were 2 of my favorite interviews I've ever done. There was just something about them. There was a naturalness, and of course, they were great players here for the women's program as well too. So on that note, I guess, guys, when you're growing up, were there people who kind of, you know, you don't get to this level without people helping you along the way? And were there people that, you know, maybe played a little more significant role in your development along the way that you'd like to maybe talk about? Or was there, you know, circumstances or anything that might have helped you to get to where you are, Cole?
Obviously, I think my parents are really big supporters of me, and they've helped me along my journey, and so they've been a really big part of that. But to think about some people in particular, I just go back to minor hockey, all those early morning days, all those coaches, and getting up and taking us to practice and stuff. So those minor hockey coaches, all my trainers over the years. So there's a lot of people, and they just helped me along my way.
Yeah, Keiran?
Yeah, it's very similar to Cole. You know, I've been fortunate enough to live at home the last little while, and you know, I'm so grateful for being able to spend time with my parents and everything they do for me. And you know, family is everything. And growing up, it's the same thing. You know, all my minor hockey coaches and trainers and everything. You know, I think for me, especially in the summers here, I spent a lot of time with the Andrews program, and you know, even when I was an instructor, you know, I had many guys to look up to that were playing here, like you know, Harry McKeever and Stephen McGinnis, and you know, all of them. You know, even,
here you are with Harry again.
Exactly.
Right?
So it's
Harry being our athletic therapist.
It's a full circle kind of thing. But it's you know, growing up, I always looked up to those guys, and you know, I think that was really beneficial to me.
Good. So if you think about, you guys were both captains in your team. I know, Cole, you were part of you went to Bathurst in a rebuild. You had another rebuild partway through. Keiran, you kind of experienced the rebuild after the Islanders going through those really good Islander teams, had the good runs. If you think about, you know, kind of your previous experience, how do you think that can help you guys with the leadership and the experience that you've had coming in with a young team like we have here right now?
Yeah, like you said, I think whenever I went to Bathurst at the start, we were truly in a rebuild situation there, and I kind of learned that even though you're in a rebuild doesn't mean you can't put in the work and things like that. So I think I brought that to this team, knowing we were going to be a younger team and going through a bit of a rebuild, I guess you could call it. I think I just take that, and I come to the rink every day wanting to put in the work and kind of lead by example that way.
Do you learn a lot about resiliency? Like, I mean, resiliency is a term that kind of maybe gets a little overused these days, but you know, you left the Pride and you went and played with, you guys took it on the chin a lot of nights.
Yeah.
Right? Does that help you in terms of your character, your ability to sort of deal with challenges?
Yeah, I think it does for sure. You know, like you said, that first year was pretty tough there in Bathurst, but you know, you keep putting in the work, and then, you know, after a few years it starts to get better, and then we had a few really good years there in Bathurst, so it just kind of goes to prove that if you put the work in, that good things will happen.
Good things will happen. Keiran?
Yeah, I think, you know, if you're having, you know, a tough year kind of thing, it really makes you drive to win, you know. Almost not that you really want to win, but you hate to lose kind of thing. And I think that really helps, you know, the build up throughout the year, you know, working hard in practice and, you know, treating your body right and everything. And, you know, I think with such a young team that we have, you know, we have a lot of previous leaders from other teams, and I think
sure.
we have a really good room. You know, everybody's vocal in there, and I think it's a really good spot that we're at right now.
I don't know if I can recall so many captains coming to one team at one time in one fell swoop. So that's good stuff. So right now the team's in a logjam. You know, the games have been tight. The margin of victory is always slim in the AUS. It's proven itself once again this year in terms of, you know, a couple of tough losses to St. FX, just as examples. The blowout against UNB, we won't talk about that again, but, you know, those things happen. But right now there's a logjam with Dal and Acadia particularly with the men's hockey team. Smooth in sight. What's it going to take to break that logjam and maybe get a little bit of breathing space? Could it start tonight? We are doing this on a Tuesday, so you know, rare Tuesday night game here at the Max. So, Keiran, maybe you go too.
I think, you know, it's we're quite a ways in now. You know, it's tough to use the new excuse kind of thing. So I think, you know, we're all familiar with what we're up against and what has to be done every night. And, you know, as long as we can show up from the very start, I think we give ourselves a chance. So I think we just need to make sure we keep chipping away kind of thing, and the wins are going to start falling here.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, kind of like what Keiran said, we're already about almost halfway through the year now. It's pretty crazy. So, you know, we got used to the league a little bit, new guys, there's no excuses anymore that we're new and things like that. So I think we just got to come to every game prepared and knowing we can win. I think this league is really close and every game is up for grabs. So we just got to be prepared to come every night and play.
And I think consistency, you know, you've looked at some of the games, would be a temporary momentary lapse can cost you.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And that's kind of the thing. So boys, back when you were a couple of my former students at Stone Park back in the day, back when we were trolling around the hallways of Stone Park, did you ever think that we would be sitting around having this conversation at some point in time later in life?
No, never thought about it back then. No.
Me neither. Well, boys, listen, I, as your former principal, I'm proud of you, to what you've accomplished as hockey players, but more importantly as people. And keep on doing what you're doing, and it's great to have you in the green and white, and continue good success to the rest of the year.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.